Good evening. My name is Kjetil, Lima Bravo 4 Foxtrot Hotel. And as the song says, the weather today is frightful. So today I'm inside doing some building stuff. I got my old radio here, a Kenwood TS-480 set. This is the control panel for it. It was my first radio, and I've never been able to use it for any digimode, at least not connected to a computer. I did a short video a few weeks back about the Bravo Golf 5 Romeo Oscar Juliet digital modem that I connected to it for RTTY and for CW and some other simpler digital modes, but I've never been able to connect it to a computer, and to be honest, I've never tried, so that's quite simple. So what do I need to make this work? This is an older radio. It was first released back in 2004, I believe, and it was discontinued in 2020. So it's using older technology, which means RS-232 or serial port. None of my computers have that, but luckily I do have a USB serial adapter here. And I got some really nasty cabling. So there's some adapters here. I had to dig really far into my pile of stuff to get this one working, and it's a female to female connection. If this works, I'm gonna buy a proper cable, but for now, for testing, should be more than enough. I also need a sound card. I want to make this simple, and this is a sound card I used for my G90. It's way overkill. It's 7.1 channels with separate input channels for microphones here, and got optical in and out, and it got lots of nice ports here on the front as well. The reason I bought this back in the day is that it's supposed to be optically isolated. I haven't checked it, but never had any noise issues with it. And that works with a rather chunky USB cable. Also, to go with that, I need some cabling to get audio out of the radio. Simple 3.5mm to 3.5mm jack, male to male here, and that is gonna go from the output or the headphone jack here and into the sound card, into the microphone. So there's nothing special there, and this is of course a nasty way of doing it, but it works. To get audio into the radio, that's the challenging part, and there's no separate microphone input, at least not a 3.5mm one. But there is a DIN 8 connector on the front. I don't have a DIN connector, but I do have a lot of random cables I've built over the years. And this nasty little thing here is a 3.5mm to 2 breadboard connectors, which fit perfectly into the DIN connector. So I'm gonna see if that works, because this is a very simple circuit. It's got a ground and a microphone input. So to the computer solution here, I'm gonna go quite simple, and for now I'm just gonna stick with a Raspberry Pi. No, not like that one, that's the wrong one. This one, yeah, this is a Raspberry Pi 4B. It's a simple computer, single board thing. I know I should have gotten a Raspberry Pi 5, but they're sold out a week after they came to market, or probably just a few days after that. So I'm gonna stick with the old 4B here that I don't use for anything anyways. So now it's time to get connecting and see if this cable mess works. So the radio is now disconnected, and I'm gonna start with the most quirky part here, which is getting the cables into the DIN connector. And the left hand side here is ground, and which is the first pin, and then the second one on the right on the bottom is microphone. These are perfectly spaced so that the connector actually works as it should. Like these could go directly into a breadboard as well. Having a proper DIN connector would be perfect here, but I don't have that. And then serial port wise, I'm gonna go with the heavy part in here. It's just a 9-pin serial, so it's nothing special on that end. This brings me back to working on good old Cisco routers and old networking equipment when we had to have direct cables. And then on the other end here, this one goes into the computer and just connected together like this. I think this is just a simple thing I got from eBay sometime, maybe a decade ago or something. I got the 3.5mm jack connected here, and that's going to go to the microphone input here. And going to go to here. It's got a stereo input, but I'm just going to go for the right one, which is mono, because I only want one channel here. Output, which means input to the radio. That is going to go in here, which is front, green connector, standard colors from an ATX or a PC sound card. And then just gonna use the USB cable here. And that's it, hopefully. So now it's time to connect this up. I am gonna go simple and connect this to a Windows computer first, basically because I have recording software there, or screen recording software. So it's easier than trying to record from a Raspberry Pi. Connecting this to the laptop should be quite simple. Got one USB port on this end and one on the other side. So serial port here on the left, and then audio here on the right. So what I would like to do is go in here and then see if So what I would like to do is go here into system settings and find the device, see if it's popped up as a COM board, and it did. Serial port 7. And this needs to be set to 9600 baud, which is correct. 8 data bits, no parity, no stop bits, or one stop bit, and no flow control. That should be the nice defaults. So let's just try to start up WSJTX here and see if it works. Radio-wise here, oh, rig failure, always nice. Radio-wise here, I got a Kenwood TS-480. Maybe I should turn the radio on as well. Maybe that helps. Radio-wise, I've set it up for a Kenwood TS-480. COM port here, I got 9600 baud. So when you get here into the settings, I've got it configured here for a Kenwood TS-480. It doesn't matter if it's a SAT or not, it only has the 480, which is the same as that, or the HX, and that's the range, I believe. COM 7, I got correct baud rate, 8 data bits, stop bits, no handshake, DTR high. I've read that you have to have it somewhere. CAT for PTT, and transmit audio source is actually picking up something here, and the radio is only connected to a dummy load, so that's kind of interesting. It's going to use rare data. I have to go into and change some settings in the menu here. Mode USB and split operations here, none or rig, you can check whatever you want. So let's see, test cat. Yeah, it actually worked. It changed something over on the radio here. So just press OK and everything is green. So let me zoom. I am switching now over to, for example, 30 meters. Yeah, it is working. And 20. So everything seems to be working. The radio is set to 5 watts output. I'm in a dummy load, so let's see if I can run a tune here. Yeah, it is broadcasting something. Not very happy with ALC, but still it's 5 watts. That was a lot easier than I expected. This is something I've wanted to do for so many years, and I can't comprehend why I haven't done it before. It just works like it's made to do. Just had to make a simple cable, and that's it. So now, not to make this too much of a clickbaity video, I'm gonna redo this using WSDX on a Raspberry Pi, and then, yeah, I'll see you in a few minutes when it's up and running on the Pi. 7 trees so far. I'm over at the Raspberry Pi now, and I'm gonna see if this works. I got everything set up quite simply here. It's just installed via the Debian package, so it's over here in Sound and Video and WSJTX. And let's see if it works. So by default you can see it doesn't really go to the correct frequency at least, and it doesn't seem to be picking up any audio. So let's go into settings and go radio. Probably down here, Kenwood TS-480. Not sure how many USB ports there are, or serial ports there are, but it detects a TTY USB 0. So I guess that would be it. 9600 baud, cat 8, 1, handshake default, DTR high, RTS high, and let's see. No audio input. So input here. Let's see here what it will find. So this is an issue here in Linux. It delivers a lot of them. I would guess that we are doing input as a microphone somewhere. Maybe that one, and output doesn't matter that much now because I'm not going to be testing very much, but surround to one card. This one I would guess it is. It's just the normal headphone output there. So that guess over here should work as well. So let's see here if we go back to radio and test cat. Nothing seems to work over there, but it is showing PC as a link, so maybe. So sound input was not very happy. Just see if it's gonna change channels over there. And yeah, cat control seems to work. I just have to find out which audio input is the correct one. That seemed to work, and it is actually picking something up here as well, as you can see over here. Remember, it is connected now to a dummy load, so it shouldn't be able to pick up very much, but it did pick something up on 40 meters earlier. So I'm gonna move over there and see if it still does that. And of course, also for this computer, I'm gonna have to set up time sync, but because I do guess we're quite out of sync here. Just and there we go, we're synced up. So maybe it will pick something up, maybe it won't, but at least it's receiving audio here. So this means I can bring this out to the field and do some more testing, and after that I am gonna make a lot better cable. Things over there is quite dodgy, but it works for now. I think what I'm going to do is go through the RJ45 jack on the front, which is for the microphone. It has both microphone and headphones or speaker, so it should be quite simple to make and also quite simple to assemble out in the field. So this was a quite fun video to make. It's quite different from what I usually do with all of the hikes, but it's not a good day to be out hiking today. So then I gotta do something else. I've had this radio for so many years, and it kind of annoys me that I haven't done this before. I've always thought that I had to buy these really expensive special custom cables and dig-rig interfaces and everything for it. But Apparently not. This was quite simple, just some simple cables. Probably something that's horribly wrong over here that's gonna make people scream and shout and everything, but as long as it works, it's quite fun as well. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to see me test this out in the field, please leave a comment below, and also, of course, remember to subscribe if you want to see more of my videos here. Until next time, 7-3.